Hey, what is going on, guys? XpertFusion here, and before I start this video, I just want to let you guys know that X Nation, my boy X Nation, the one I'm doing this video with, he will be uploading another tier ranking video similar to this one, but it'll be more concise, more condensed, and we're going to stick to 60 seconds per map, and we're only going to do Treyarch maps for his video. We recorded the whole video again for that purpose, for the people who want something more concise, more quick, more to the point, and only for Treyarch. My video here is going to be more in depth. We're going to go further into the maps. We're going to have more arguments about the maps. We're going to go deep into it, and we're going to focus on every map, not just Treyarch. We're going to be doing Infinity Ward and Sledgehammer maps as well in my video. But if you want to check out something more concise, more to the point, just all about only Treyarch, go check out his video. I'll leave a link in the description to his channel. He should be uploading it soon. I'm not too sure exactly when, but I will be uploading this one first. But if you want something more in depth, more informative, I guess you can say, more argumentative, we argue a lot in this video, and it was an awesome time. I really enjoyed doing it. Go check out his channel and subscribe as well. Thank you all, and enjoy. Hey, what is going on, guys? XpertFusion here, and today we are tier ranking, me and X Nation here, all right? You don't have to call him that, though, because that's, you know, let's call him Eddie, because it's easier, right?
Excuse me? Name reveal.
We are tier ranking every single zombies map in Call of Duty Zombies history. Every single one. I'm not just doing Treyarch here. I'm doing Infinity Ward. I'm doing Sledgehammer. The problem here is, though, X Nation here, or Eddie, whatever the hell you want to call him, he's not, doesn't have the same opinions as me when it comes to zombies. It's pretty clear. He's kind of more falling off the hype for zombies.
Sucks ass. Zombies
okay,
sucks
he
ass
says that,
now.
but he still loved the hell out of like Black Ops 3.
No. BO1 and BO2, that's it. After that, no, it's
oh,
ass.
Get out of here. You love Black Ops 3. You know you did.
Maybe like half of Black Ops 3.
You loved it.
That,
you loved it.
After that,
you loved it. All right, but what's interesting about this is because I'm in the complete opposite. I absolutely love just about everything from zombies. I'm the biggest fanboy out there, probably. But no, I've been playing for a while, though. Like, it's not like I just started, like, Black Ops 3, and that's why I like everything.
We started playing at the same time. And I grown out of it, and you grown even more into it for some reason.
Yeah, that is true. I've grown more into it.
So we're kind of just
I don't know
playing,
why.
like,
I just
opposites here.
Like, I've been playing it since 2008. That's literally half of my life. So I'm kind of, I don't know, this type of person I am.
Yeah.
Like, if I spend so much time with something, I feel the need to just continue to enjoy it, and I think that's why I've enjoyed it so much. Like, I can't put that much time and effort into something and then just say, yeah, screw it, I don't like it anymore. Like, I can't do that to I don't know. Like, I guess my mind doesn't allow myself to do that. So I've been enjoying most of what they've done regardless. But X Nation, he hasn't played every single map. So when we get to certain maps that he hasn't even played, we'll just skim over those really quickly, obviously, because...
No. Let's be honest here. Who actually played any World War II zombies
Tons
maps?
of people did.
There's
Tons
not
of
one
people
human
did.
being that has ever done that. I'm sorry. There's not one human being.
No, not one. All right, so the categories here, hold up. The categories here, we got our masterpiece, amazing, pretty good, okay, not good, and bad.
What are you talking about? Mine is just S, A, B, C.
Are you kidding me? You haven't changed them?
No, you never said to.
Oh my, I told you to change them. I sent you an image on text message to change them.
You're a fucking cock. That's what you are. All right.
Do it real quick. But if you haven't played the map, I'd recommend just leaving it at the bottom and just not putting it anywhere. But, of course, you know me, Ultimate Zombies player here, so I played every map, done majority of what every map has to offer, so I think my opinions are pretty damn good when it comes to these damn maps. So let's start it off with Nacht der Untoten.
Here we go.
Nacht der Untoten, the first map of all time.
Whoa, slowly roll there.
You want to go first?
Oh, man. Okay, so
because I feel like we're going to have different opinions about this one, I'm going to be honest.
Where am I putting this? Okay, so where the fuck is Nacht der Untoten on this?
It's in alphabetical order. Where are you putting it?
Oh, Nacht der Untoten. Okay, so you might think I'm putting this at God tier because I'm a nostalgia junkie, but I'm not. I'm actually gonna put this on the okay because I think that nostalgia has a big part in zombies maps, even though you don't think like, oh no, it's more about like how like the mechanics are and how that all is. But nostalgia is a big factor of it. That's what makes a map too. So it's not the best because it doesn't have a lot of the features because it's the first zombie map, obviously. But I think it's perfectly fine in the in between because everyone just has those memories of like Nacht playing just like getting to a couple rounds, and that's like the start of everyone's like addiction, honestly, for zombies. So yeah.
Yeah, I want to put it in okay, but like every time I go back to it, I want to kill myself because of the amount of boredom I get from it. Like it was great back in the day, but like it's just compared to what we've gotten. Like I'm not gonna like I give it the benefit of the doubt, the fact that yeah, it's an older map, but like
It's the first.
that doesn't take away the fact that it's just so boring. And there's nothing to it. Like there's no story, there's no Easter eggs, there's nothing. Which a lot of people like that. People like the simpler maps, but I don't know. It gets boring after playing it once. So I'm putting it.
We gotta give it.
I'm
the
putting
respect.
it in not good. I'm putting it in not good. I want to give it the respect, but
I'm
it's
a little
just
hurt by that.
You're putting it in okay though. That's only one above. I mean, it's like
I know, but it's still.
I'm not
good.
putting it in bad because obviously it's the first map. I'm giving it the benefit of the doubt.
All right.
There's nothing else I can give it other than that.
How about this? It's your first time playing this map. What are your opinions?
Well, first time, it's a straight up, it's a masterpiece because I got nothing to compare it to, you know.
Exactly.
But,
and now
but
your
that's,
most recent. Listen, and now your most recent time. It's trash, right?
Trash, completely trash. Yeah.
So compared to your first and last times, that averages in the middle, which is okay. So mine is mathematically the correct answer.
But the problem is, it's not like it just became bad now. Like I'd say even after like World at War was finished with Duriz, comparing Duriz to Noct, like Duriz is a million times better. So it's not like I'm just comparing the newest game to it. I'm comparing everything we've gotten. Black Ops 1, Black Ops 2. At those points, I felt the same way. So I think not good works to me. I don't know. But anyways, let's get on to Verrucht, which honestly is the same deal. It innovated for sure. It added perks, right? That was a big innovation. I'm glad they did that. But it's still plain. Doesn't have much to it. It's got a good Easter egg song though. But I gotta put it in not good. I mean, I don't know. There's not really much to do with it.
Now for Verrucht, it's not in the okay category because people don't get that same feeling as Noct when they go back to Verrucht, and even when Verrucht came out for World War, it wasn't that big of a spark. Like obviously perks is a big like step up, but it's just not quite there on like good maps based on like how everyone played this map. So
I agree. And no, by the way, I didn't mention this, but when we're talking about old maps like this, we're referring to every version of it. So like this includes the Black Ops 1 version and the Black Ops 3 version combined kind of. But even those versions, they didn't really make the maps much better, to be honest. I think the Black Ops 3 versions were worse because they just added a bunch of gobblegums, and it's like, all right, well, now they're not even how the maps originally played in the first place. So, there are some maps that actually I feel like improved based on their remakes or the remasters. But, but when it comes to remakes like Classified or Blood of the Dead, those are separate. We count those as separate maps. So, you're putting it where? Not good?
Yeah, I'm gonna have to agree with you on that. I put it there
too. Yeah, okay.
It's not that good.
Now Shinonuma, on the other hand, I'm gonna put that in okay. I'm gonna put that in okay. This map is actually a ton of fun on World at War because of how quick the rounds go by. You can get to round 100 like within maybe 2 hours, which I don't know. It's kind of fun to my eyes, and just training around in the little area with the Wunderwaffe and the PPSH. I have a good time, but it's still doesn't have much to it, and it definitely started the story. It's the first map that had the main characters in there with actual quotes and such, so it was good for the story. It was good for adding such a cool wonder weapon other than just a ray gun. So I gotta put in okay.
All right, now you might be thinking that I'm insane for doing this, but I'm actually gonna put it in pretty good. I'm not gonna just put it in okay, because the fact that they added a wonder weapon like this, and the fact that everything is so different, and I feel like I could just go back to this map, and even though it doesn't have Pack-a-Punch, it's just a solid map. Like I had so many good times playing this. This gave me a lot more nostalgia than Noct, in my opinion, because I just always played this, and I don't know, it just has something to it that I can't explain. Like it's just Shinonuma. Like I don't know. It's not amazing. It's not a masterpiece. But I would say it's pretty darn good for what it was.
Yeah, and it was the first map that was actually like completely original, because Noct and Verrucht were actually just in the multiplayer. Like there's a multiplayer map that legit has Noct in it, and another one that has Verrucht in it. So like Shinonuma was actually like the first one where they started to come up with like their own ideas. So next up is Duriz, which if this was like 2000 12, I would have put it in masterpiece, but I'm just gonna put it in pretty good. I don't think it holds up to the same standard as it did. The Giant is actually a separate map, though. I consider the Giant a different map than Deriz, not a remaster, because of how different the story is, how different the different purpose of the map. So this is just World of War and Black Ops 1. I think it's pretty good. I mean, it innovated like crazy with adding the Pack-a-Punch and the story as well, but it's still really just a simple map that doesn't have much to do on it. So it's not deserving of masterpiece or amazing, but pretty good. I think is a
Now here's the
perfect
thing.
spot for it.
I think it deserves amazing because like this is honestly what sparked the community at the end of it. Because like ever since this map came out, we literally have 2 remakes of this fucking map. Like that's how good it is, and everyone knows Deriz and zombies.
Don't we
Like,
have 2
you ask
remakes
anyone, everyone knows.
of the other ones too, though?
Yeah, I know, but the Giant, the Giant,
I get the Giant
is
was
like
very different.
I honestly compare that to just the same map compared to what you were saying. It's a different map.
Does.
I honestly think it's the same map, just better like graphics and mechanics and stuff with gobblegums and everything, and you have an Easter egg. But like I think this is classified under amazing, especially in World at War terms. Like if we're just ranking all the maps, I feel like this is how I would rank it personally too, with Varrock being not good, Nox being okay, and then Shinonuma being pretty good, and then Derice being amazing. And I feel like that's just overall too. Like Derice was just an amazing map to play, like especially my first time, and playing it again, if I were to play it today, I would have a very similar feeling.
That's definitely a good thing about World of War, though. The maps got better. Like each of them got better than the last one. It wasn't like all over the place. I think they got at least somewhat better, even if it was just by a little bit as they went on. So that's definitely good about World of War. But the mechanics in World of War, I absolutely hate. I just hate how the game feels. I mean, Duri's World of War is fun until you use the Wonderwaff with Juggernog, and then you lose Juggernog because you accidentally shoot yourself with the Wonderwaff. Like, that glitch, how you completely lose.
Yeah.
Like stuff like that just drives me nuts. But of course, you got the Black Ops 1 version to play as well, so you don't have to deal with those problems if you hop on the BO1 version. But now let's get into Black Ops 1, which Kino, this is what kind of I think started the community. But I don't think Kino is nearly as good as people say. I'm putting it in pretty good. I don't think it deserves amazing or masterpiece. I think it's one of the most overrated maps, even if it's still pretty good. But it's so overrated because does it really do that much more than what Duriz did? Like, originally this map was supposed to be actually a DLC in World of War, but they ended up saying, okay, we're going to push this to Black Ops 1. And it didn't really do much more than what Duriz did, other than adding the Thunder Gun. It didn't add any new perks. It didn't add any really new story elements that were interesting in my eyes, other than like a few little radios here and there. It had a great Easter egg song, that's for sure. The layout was pretty similar to Duriz. It didn't really have much of a different feel to it. It was really easy as well. I could hop on this map and get to round like 40 within not that long of time because you can just train in a little area. I don't know. I don't think it's that great, but it's still pretty good.
I'm gonna have to disagree with you on that one. I think Kino 100% is in an amazing category. Like, I don't care what you say about the innovation. They added the Thunder Gun. The community at that time was so good. It just made it such a good time to play zombies. Like, that's when it really blew up. Like, Derice was another thing, but once Black Ops 1 came out and Kino was a thing, everyone was doing it. That literally sparked like the zombie community for what it is. So like you have to put it in amazing, because like if it wasn't good, if it wasn't amazing, then the community wouldn't have reacted how it did back then. So like it's such a good map.
One of those things where it's just comparing it to the newer stuff. I just don't think it holds up. But back then, I would agree. I would say it was a goddamn masterpiece back then. Now we got to get to 5, though. I know you're probably going to disagree with this. I feel like you are. I'm putting it straight up in bad. It is. I hate 5. I don't like this map. I've never found it to be good. It was so disconnected from the rest of the maps. I mean, it was an interesting idea having you play as presidents. I love that. But the map just plays like ass. It's just the way it's designed. The Pentagon Thief is annoying. He just takes your guns. I'm like, all right, that's kind of stupid. I just never can have a fun time on this map. Now, I think the remake of it in Black Ops 4 is miles better, but 5, I just can't get around to ever enjoying this map. I don't know what it is, other than those, facts. It's a
That
challenging
triggered
map.
me. That
It's a
triggered me.
challenging map, and I
No, no,
like
no.
that. And it can be really fun with friends. It can. But other than that, I just don't love it.
All right. Listen, 5 isn't amazing. I'll give it that, but
Yeah, yeah.
it's pretty darn good. If I have to say anything, I think it's pretty good.
Mm-hmm.
Like this is gonna pull back like a lot of people that didn't have Xbox Live back in the day. I didn't have Xbox Live playing 5, and there's this thing called the 5 table glitch. It was literally the
Yeah,
most
no.
insane thing. Like that's like what started like the entire like glitching community in my opinion. Like everyone was doing this thing. Everyone was hopping on the barricades. I'll pop it up on the screen. Everyone was like hopping up on the barricades, and then they would jump to this big office in the first room, this big table, and then they would just chill there. And not only that, they added teleporters. Obviously, Kino had that, but they have teleporters. They have a different type of sequence step than just the power to get to the pack-a-punch. I feel like that was pretty unique. They also have the elevator, which that's really innovative. And they added a new wonder weapon, and you don't
Oh,
see
but that
that
gun
a
was
lot.
trash. That gun was straight
No,
up
are you kidding me?
trash. It
No,
was garbage.
if you pack a punch that and you just train around and you just put a couple of shots, you could literally just walk through them. And it's the funnest thing ever. And then don't even the Pentagon Thief, that was like something crazy. We don't even see that like nowadays. Like maybe like Mob of the Dead, they have something like that similar, but like we really don't get like
They're adding the
newer.
Pentagon Thief to Blackout. Actually, I just saw that like a leak.
That's
They're
how
adding
much
it
of
to
an impact
Blackout.
5 had. So that's why it's pretty darn good.
All right. Let's move on. Ascension. Ascension, back in the day, was one of my all-time favorites. But I'm gonna put it next to Kino and pretty good, next to Duriz and Kino. I think this map is weird because it's challenging, but at the same time, it's really goddamn easy. Like it's got such an open layout to it, so it's really easy to train. You got the Thunder Gun back, which I guess it's kind of a downside that they didn't add a new Wonder Weapon. It was just the same one, but they added 2 new perks to make up for that. One of the best perks of all time in my eyes, Stamina Up and PhD Flopper, 2 awesome perks. So that was a huge thing. It was the first map to have an Easter egg quest, which it was a shit Easter egg, let's be real here, but it was actually a quest though. I mean, unless you count Duriz's fly trap, but I don't really count that as an Easter egg quest. That was a simple little thing. You shot
Mm-hmm.
3 teddy bears or whatever with upgraded gun. That's not the same deal as what Ascension did. But the map was challenging because of the monkeys. It made it so you weren't gonna have all 4 of your perks and be set up all the time and just be chilling like you would in Kino. It always brought up a threat to you that you were like, all right, I gotta protect these perks, and if I don't, I'm gonna lose them, and then I'll have to buy them again. And I find that to be interesting. I like that, different gameplay style that it added.
Yeah.
Easter egg
Mm-hmm.
song's amazing. I love the atmosphere of this map. But at the end of the day, I still don't find it to be better than any of these other maps. I think it's just pretty good. I don't think it's amazing or masterpiece. I have not put one map in amazing or masterpiece yet, to be honest. But yeah,
All right, so I'm kind of torn between okay and pretty good because they didn't really introduce a new wonder weapon. They kind of brought back the Thunder Gun for the first DLC. So it wasn't innovative in that sense, but it was innovative in other ways like the monkey boss, and it was innovative in the perk system, the new perks with PhD and stand 'em up. But I don't know. I might have to put this. You know, I think I'm gonna be forced to put it in pretty good because it did add that Easter egg, and it was just a fun like high round map. Like overall, like this was
yeah,
a
it
map that
was.
you could just play just to get to a high round with people.
Yeah,
So I
I
think it
really.
deserves a spot in the pretty good.
At the time, I don't think not having a new Wonder Weapon really mattered because I didn't really expect a new Wonder Weapon. Like we had the Thunder Gun introduced in the map, and then previously we had the Wonder Waff that was on 2 maps. So I was like, I expect to get Thunder Gun on every map after this. I don't really expect anything new, but I guess considering all the new stuff we've gotten, past few CODs, you're expecting more for these old
I
maps.
mean,
But I didn't mind it because
five.
Thunder. Oh yeah, that's true. Yeah, that gun.
Yeah, 5 added that new wonder
But the Thunder
weapon, so
Gun
I
was
was
cool
expecting.
enough. It was cool enough of a weapon that I really didn't mind to see it again, anyways. So I'm
Oh
fine with
yeah,
that.
it's probably like the best wonder weapon of all
Next
time in
up,
my opinion.
Call of the Dead. Easily, in my eyes, the best pre-Blundell map, which pre-Blundell is before Mob of the Dead. I think this is the best map before that era. but I don't know if I should put it in masterpiece or amazing. Like I really don't. It's one or the other. I don't know if it's good
Hmm.
enough to be a masterpiece. Okay, I'm putting it in amazing. I think it's amazing. I don't think it's a
Yeah.
masterpiece. Call of the Dead is just such a well-rounded map. I think the atmosphere is awesome. People hate the fog, but I think that adds such an awesome factor to it because it's like scary almost. And the fog goes away after a little bit, so it's not like it's there all the time like something like Transit. And George is cool because he adds this like threat that you have to always deal with him and you have to always be on the lookout for him. You can't just camp in a corner. And he's awesome because you can kill him and get a free perk and a wonder waff out of it. Map has 3 wonder weapons, which is some of the most wonder weapons we've had on a map, other than the maps with like the 4 elemental
Yeah,
wonder
that's
weapons, obviously.
insane. And a lot of people actually hate George though. Like people like
Yeah,
don't like it because of the ice and because of George
I like
and
the
how like
challenge. That's what I like about
yeah,
it.
I like that too. So I would either masterpiece or amazing for me. I'm gonna honestly go with amazing just because of the sheer like it's just never been done before. Like not something like that's never been done before ever in zombies. Like I feel like it was so innovative, and they added 2 new wonder weapons, which is not seen in barely any maps unless you're counting staffs or
Yeah, like four
bows from
elemental
Dries and Drac.
weapons.
But that's basically the same weapon. They brought 2 new weapons, and they had the ray gun too, if you're counting that. So I think that's like
Yeah,
really, really what sets it up high on the bar.
I can never get bored of this map, even today. Like these other maps on the list, I'll get bored of after a while. I feel like Call the Dead, I can just train at the bottom of the lighthouse with like the Mustang and Sally. I don't
Oh
I
my
don't get bored of it.
god.
I don't get
The
bored of it.
lighthouse glitch. Oh my god, that was
Yeah,
another
there's
thing.
there's so much shit on this map.
Dude, I love the
And
glitches
the
like
Easter
in
egg,
Black
it
Ops 1.
wasn't great, but it was fun because it was rewarding. Like you get the wonder off for it. So like that's awesome. I like that. Next up, Shangri-La. Let's go with Shangri-La. I don't know. I don't.
Oh,
I'm gonna put
that's
it
tough.
in okay. I don't think it's a bad map. Like people consider it to be one of the worst, but it's definitely not great either. It's small. It's not really all that. It's got the same layout as Kino actually. When you look at it, it's got one of the coolest wonder weapons in history, the baby gun. So that's a plus. But the
Oh
map is
my
just
god.
way too tight, and it doesn't allow for much more than using the Mustang and Sally and just just camping around. That's kind of the only way you can do successful on this map. It's a beautiful map, especially in Black Ops 3. I think I might like the Black Ops 3 version of this map more, just because of how much prettier it looks in that game.
This is rough. Like
But
honestly, mm,
it was definitely a disappointing map when it first came out, because like Call of the Dead, Ascension, Kino, I played those maps like hours upon hours, and Shangri-La came out in the summer. Yet I still didn't play it that much. I still went back to Call of the Dead and Ascension during that summer because I just didn't like Shangri-La at the time. But like now
what's
I like it
weird?
more though.
Are we doing Chronicles or no?
Like yeah, you count them all as one kind of sort of a deal. Yeah.
Okay, so this is like including like the Chronicles
Yeah,
remake
yeah,
with it.
yeah.
Okay, so the thing, I honestly think the Black Ops 3 Chronicles remake was better than the Black Ops 1 original map. And
Yeah.
some people might actually hate me for that, but like I know the guns in Black Ops 3 weren't the best. Like I still hand that down to Black Ops 1. Like they had cool like nicer guns. I don't know, it just fit it better. But like I don't know, there's something about Black Ops 3 that they did with Shangri-La. Maybe it's just the graphics or maybe
Yeah,
it has to be something with it. I don't know.
it's smoother. It's a smoother game too, so it's not
Yeah,
as clunky.
it's definitely smoother. I don't think it's definitely in between pretty good and okay if that was a spot. But oh man,
Yeah, I just tossed it in okay.
it's such a tight map, so it's unique because it's like Verrucht in 5, which are you don't see like a lot of tight maps very often. Like eventually throughout this list, you're gonna see like really open layout maps. So it's good to have small maps up in the ladder. But I don't know if it's up there with Ascension because what did this have? This did add new bosses, it added a new wonder weapon.
Mm.
Did it add a new perk? I'm trying to
No,
think.
it
I
it
don't think
didn't.
it did.
It didn't.
So it didn't innovate in that way. So I'm gonna be honestly forced to put it in okay for right now. I honestly might change it later down the line in this,
Mm.
depending on like I might look at this entire list and I'll probably rearrange where Shangri-La is because that's such an iffy map. Like I like it, but at the same time, compared to other maps, it's gonna be it's gonna be a tough call from where to put that.
Yeah. Yeah, I agree.
All right, what's the next map?
Moon. I don't know how you feel about Moon, but I'm putting it in bad. I can't
Guys,
find
that's a
myself
video.
to like.
Peace out.
I can't
I hope
find
you enjoy.
myself to ever like this map. Even in Black Ops 3, Black Ops 3's version looks so much better because I thought Black Ops 1 it looked so gross, but like Black Ops 3's version it looks gorgeous, but it just doesn't take away the gameplay of it. It's just so I just hate it. The story is amazing. It's got some of the best story elements I think of any map. I think the Easter egg is awesome. You blow up the goddamn Earth, like that's insane. But gameplay wise, it's so annoying. You got the excavator, you got the annoying astronaut, the zombie that headbutts your ass.
I think that's unique. I think that
it's
brings
unique,
a challenge.
but it's so annoying. Like I can't find myself to enjoy playing this map past like round 20 without just being pissed off by all these little things that happen. The map layout is weird. I don't like how it's all low gravity. I understand it's the moon. It's obviously going to be like that, but I think they could have handled it a little bit better.
All right, this is going straight up and amazing. The only reason it's not masterpiece is because I feel like honestly it's not at that Origins level yet, but it is a DLC 4 map. I actually think this is like the most like innovative map of Black Ops 1 just because of how different everything else is. They have the Easter egg, the major Easter egg, and then that will lead down the line to even bigger Easter eggs for Black Ops 2. And then the fact that this is like how this story ended for Black Ops 1 is such like a big factor that goes into it. And they innovated with the spacemen. Many people think it's annoying, but I think it's pretty cool how they did that. I always thought that was amazing how like the spacemen took like your friends' names. Like that was so cool. The wonder weapon was one of the best of all time. It was the zap guns they combined to get the wave gun. That was absolutely insane. It's the first time we ever spawned in to a pack-a-punch room and you were actually able to manage to get pack-a-punch before round 1. And yet, remember, this is before gobblegums and stuff where like it made it so much easier. You had to train around in that like hellhole, and that was an entire innovative thing in itself. Like I just think there's so many different things that add to this, and the fact that okay, I can understand why people don't like this map because of the nuisances that you have to go through, but in the end, they're trying to do like a big finale map, and they're supposed to have these challenges so that you can just play through and do the Easter egg in the end, and then that's it. And that's also, isn't this also the one Easter egg where you get all the perks at the end of completing an Easter egg?
Yeah.
So
sure
I think that's also another very, very innovative thing too.
That was great. Yeah, I do like Area 51. That's cool. I like the beginning of the map, but just everything else I just hate. So yeah, it's going in bad. Now let's move on to Black Ops 2, which is really weird because of there's so many amazing maps in this game that are like straight up masterpiece, but there's also so many just garbage maps. It's such a weird thing. So Transit, I'm putting it in bad. I don't think I'm pretty sure you're gonna put it in the same place. I'm not 100%.
Oh no.
Where you're gonna put it? It's not. It's just this map is just a failure. I don't know. There's not really much else to say. I think I would be beating a dead horse to even complain about it any more than people already have in the past. Are you putting it bad? Or...
Okay. So here's the thing. Let me find where Transit is right now. So Transit, in all honesty, I'm putting this in masterpiece. No, I'm just kidding. All right.
Remember though, it's not including Town, Farm, or Bus Depot. Those are separate maps. This is just the Transit experience itself. Yeah.
So people are gonna say this is like the worst map of all time, and I honestly don't believe that. I think it deserves pretty good or okay because of how much. Like I'm gonna say this a lot because of how much they innovated from Black Ops 1 to Black Ops 3 to Black Ops 2, because they literally have a bus that moves around the entire map. It's the biggest map of all time. No matter how annoying it is with the fog, there's 3 destinations. I think it's a simple thing. I think it's unique that it buildables. This is the start of a huge thing. This is like we're almost at like the climax of zombies. I say Origins is like where like it really like holds up. So like we need to build off this from Black Ops 2. So actually I'm gonna put it in pretty good. Now but you gotta realize
pretty good.
Listen. You gotta think. Listen.
Damn.
A lot of people are gonna hate me for that. But you gotta realize they added buildables, they added the shield, they added a buildable wonder weapon. Obviously, it was horrible, but the idea of it was so genius. You had to go around the biggest map. You had to hop off the bus in spots that you never had. They had a complete remake of Nocturne Toten, which is absolutely incredible. The denizens were annoying, obviously. That's the only drawback. But that's why it wouldn't be amazing or a masterpiece. You can't say it's a horrible map just because it has fog and just because it has denizens. Like, that's not a good reason for
I
it.
actually
There's so
never
many.
complained about the fog. I actually love the fog, but I think.
So what's your main reason you hate it?
All right, I'll go over everything. Okay, so first of all, the map is just not well designed. Like in terms of how you get to locations, like the bus leaving you every now and then. You should be able to control the bus yourself, or like you hold X
Right.
on it and it goes instead of it just leaving. Because it stays at each destination for like 2 minutes, so you don't even have enough time to do anything. The lava disconnecting the areas, that's just stupid. It shouldn't be lava disconnecting the areas. The denizens, I don't like those either. I mean, I know they're not a major complaint because obviously they're supposed to make it so the in between the locations are hard to get through. But the fact that the bus leaves you, I mean, you're gonna have to go through those locations and you have to get the Bowie knife to kill those things, and it's just frustrating running through those locations with the denizens jumping on you every second, you knife in the air. And yeah, they innovated by adding all these cool things, but they didn't perfect these things. They added cool things that just weren't well established until like Mob of the Dead. Like buildables, I think the system of buildables were absolutely garbage in Transit because you had to get each of the parts individually. Like you had in Die Rise and Buried, you have to go get the part, go to the buildable table, then go back and get another
Oh,
part.
that's very
You
true.
know what
I
I
didn't
mean?
even think
Mob of the
about
Dead
that. Yeah.
innovated, and Mob of the Dead made it so you just have to grab all the parts and then you're good. And same thing like transportation methods. You know, yeah, they added a cool transportation method that we never seen before, but we had so many better ones added in the future, like the tank and Origins and stuff like that, that worked so much better. I think this remake, hopefully, it'll come out in Black Ops 4. I think it's going to be a lot better because they're actually going to be able to fix a lot of these issues that the map previously had. And don't forget about the Easter egg. That thing was just stupid. The characters, I mean, I don't hate the Victus crew. A lot of people hate them. I never really had a problem with them. They weren't as interesting as the main one, but they weren't really bad either. But yeah, that's just kind of how I feel. And then the one weapon's trash. Don't forget about that.
Yeah, no, that's true. They also didn't add really a wonder weapon that you could get out of the box. Like that wonder weapon, you had to search
No,
around
yeah.
the entire map, and it was horrible. It would break. What wonder weapon breaks? So I'm actually gonna fall back on the answer pretty good. I'm gonna say it's okay. Like I'm not gonna say it's
Man, that's
horrible,
more fair.
but I'm gonna say it's okay because they tried, and it was very, I don't know. The execution was like 50-50. I have to put it on okay. I can't say it's a horrible map though, because when I first played it, I thought it was pretty good. I thought it was amazing. Obviously, that's a honeymoon phase thing. But like looking back at it, like if I were to play it again, I probably would play it again just to see how it is. So
Yeah. All right,
yeah, I guess I'll just keep it in okay.
let's bust through these next three. It's town, bus depot, farm. Let's just bust through them really quickly. I'm just gonna put farm and bus depot in bad because I don't know. They're just boring.
I
There's nothing to
actually
do
agree
with
with
them.
that.
There's just no other than playing with grief can be kind of fun, but you have town for that. So I'm putting town in okay because town was actually kind of fun. Like you can actually hop on grief with that. You can do different challenges like
I
pack a bunch of normal
100%
weapons.
agree with
Town
that.
is fun. Oh, so that's going on okay. But Bus Depot and Farm, there's really no reason to even play them. So
Yeah, that's literally a trash can of a
those go
map.
straight bad. Yep.
There's no pack a punch. There's nothing. It's literally just
Nope.
they're trying to like remake Knocked, but for Black Ops 2, but it just didn't work out.
Not at all. Yeah. And Farm is kind of the same deal, but they had perks instead. So I don't
And
know.
there's no wonder weapon for both of those
Yep.
maps anyway.
All right,
Town's
now
just like an arcade map, I
yeah,
would say.
town. I
Like,
think is
especially
solid.
with Grief. Grief made that such an amazing map.
I agree. Now, Die Rise. Die Rise, people consider to be one of the worst of all time as well, but I don't think it deserves that title. I think it deserves to be called okay. Not bad,
Mm-hmm.
but okay. I think what makes it good in my eyes, actually, I heard this leak which sounded awesome. Like I was like excited for this remake. Apparently, it might have grappling hooks because you know how Black Ops 4 has like grappling hooks
Oh yeah.
in the Blackout. They might include those in the map itself, which that
Are
would be
they
really awesome.
seriously remaking like they're doing Chronicles, but for like Black Ops 2?
Apparently, based on the leaks, it's not even like Chronicles. It's kind of like complete remakes, not like remasters. You know what I mean? So they're gonna be very different. They're gonna have a
Well, I
different
hope.
purpose. So I think they're gonna be a lot better. I hope they actually release them though, because they have them in the game. They're just it's a matter of whether or not they want to actually release them or whatever. They might scrap them. I don't know. Hopefully they release them.
If they scrap them, then I'm gonna burn down
suck.
Treyarch Studios myself.
Yeah, you might as well. But yeah, Die Rise I think is okay because it's just a cool design. I like the design of the map. I know people don't like the layout, but I think it's really interesting how you have to get around the map through like jumping to like different buildings and shit. And you have to wait for the elevators. That's annoying, but it's doable. Solidifier, one of the coolest wonder weapons of all time, and it's not annoying to build like the jet gun. You just have to get 4 parts that are all generally around the same area, so it's pretty easy to build, and it's amazing and ton of fun to use. You got the Galvan Knuckles. I mean, those were on Transit. We forgot to mention the Galvan Knuckles, but they're a lot easier to purchase on this map because they're not in a stupid location like they were on Transit. They're just easily accessible, and it's a fun thing to use. The jumping jacks, you can get a free perk out of them, so that's fun.
And Who's Who, don't forget about that.
Oh, Who's Who was trash. No,
Who's
that
Who?
perk was so bad.
I love that perk.
It's a cool idea, but
a lot of people don't like it, but it's smart because what it does is it gives you another chance to like save all your shit. Like it literally gives you another chance. Like you spawn in, and if you're somewhat of a decent player, you can hoard around with no jug, and then just go pick yourself back up. Like it's not that hard.
You can, but if you're in a bad location, you're screwed, and then you're done. So there's some points where I'm like, I'd rather just not have it.
So Darius?
No, Mob of the Dead.
I mean Die Rise.
Oh, you didn't put Die Rise. Where are you putting it?
Die Rise is okay.
Okay, all right.
Has to be okay.
That's what I'm saying. Mob of the Dead, masterpiece automatically. I mean, it's the first map to really make zombies feel like an experience, like a movie almost. Like it didn't feel like just a video game anymore. It felt like it was a goddamn movie with the whole storyline and soundtrack with different.
Yep.
It felt
I agree.
like a
it didn't even
movie.
feel like zombies. It felt like something else.
It was such a different experience, and I don't think it's the best map of all time. I think it's probably like 3 or 4, but like it's still, for the time, it was a goddamn masterpiece, and I think it still is to this day.
Yeah.
It's got a cool Easter egg quest. It's got an awesome wonder weapon, the acid gat, of course. It's got gondola. It's got the whole location itself is awesome. It's a goddamn prison in Alcatraz. That's awesome. They've used it for Blackout in the future. They've done this remake of Blood of the Dead, which is a separate thing. We're not, counting that as the same as Mob, obviously. But
this is the first variation wonder weapon to do. Also,
that is true. Yeah, like
compared to staffs, like they have they have the acid gat, and then they have just the regular pack-a-punch version of what it is.
See, that was cool. This was the first
Tomahawks
Blundell map. This was the first Blundell map, and it's when I realized Blundell is the best possible guy. Yeah, I love the dude. I mean, I wish he was actually more vocal with the community because that's everyone hates him for now. People loved that back then, how cryptic he was and how like secretive he was. But now Black Ops 4, everyone just hates the fact that he's always like secretive about everything. They just want him to be honest, and I kind of agree. You need to just come out and just talk to the community and just be honest. And I feel like he doesn't really do that, but I still love the man. I think his maps are incredible, and Mob of the Dead was obviously the first one that he led a team to make, and that's why they kept that team going for the next game instead of Zelensky, who made Transit, Die Rise, and Buried, which weren't that much loved by the community. But Buried is the next one. Oh, you didn't. Where'd you put Mob of the Dead, masterpiece?
You dick. You just went on and you ranted about Blundell, not even the map. Good job. Okay. You're like, all right, we gotta hurry up,
Mob
guys.
Dead's great.
It's been an hour. All right, Mob of the Dead's amazing. Obviously, they added new perks. They added and they added cutscenes, right? I could have swore they had. Yeah, they had intro cutscenes. They had not an outro cutscene.
No.
They added a freaking plane that you go to Pack-a-Punch. It's just in the same map. I could go on forever about that.
Anyone can. Buried now. Buried.
Yeah.
Pretty good. No, you know what? I might put it in. I'm putting it amazing. Buried is such a cool map. It continued on that like movie style feeling. Just it felt so different because it was this old Western style. It's so different than everything else we've seen before, and I loved the soundtrack. I loved the ghost witches. I loved the design of the map. The fact that it was an underground old Western town. It was a cool location. 2 wonder weapons, Paralyzer, and the Reagan Mark II was introduced, of course, so that was awesome. They had Voltrade, which has only ever appeared on this map for some odd reason. I don't know why they've never returned Voltrade. It's such a cool perk. Easter egg was difficult, but it was rewarding. And yeah, I don't know what else to say about it. It's just an all-around good map. Where are you putting it?
Okay. I have an idea.
I feel like you're going to put it in the masterpiece. I got a feeling.
So
I put it amazing, though.
I was deciding on either putting it in pretty good or amazing because I don't. Buried was the first map I ever made it to round 70 on. Like that was my highest round I ever did for any map.
Yeah,
And I was using that like paralyzer technique. I thought that was
yeah,
so cool.
it's
The paralyzer was honestly the coolest wonder weapons I've ever seen. Like it competes up with the thunder gun and the wave gun, I feel like. The witches, that was another cool thing. They had Leroy. That was another big thing. I was
yeah.
hoping that we could like fight him like he was gonna be like a big boss or something, but he wasn't. But that was still very cool. Um the maze, the pack punch, that was
Oh yeah, that was
unique.
awesome.
The buildables, I like how I would always get like messed with on the trample steam. Like you would always put it at the bottom of the pack a punch, and then you
Hmm.
would just fling off and lose all your shit. I thought that was funny. So actually, I'm gonna put this in pretty good. I don't see it's amazing. I'm just gonna keep it in pretty good for now,
That's fair.
for the
That's
time
fair.
being.
Okay. Origins. I'm gonna put this in bad. Actually, I'm kidding. Masterpiece. Easily the greatest map of all time, and I don't. I keep calling it the greatest map, and I have been calling it
It
since Black
is.
Ops
It
2.
is the greatest map of
And
all time.
I really want a map to beat it in the future. Like I'm always that type of person. Like I'm like I want a map to beat this goddamn map because I want there to be something better than Origins, but it's just never happened. I don't think it can happen because of just how good this map is. Now it's been
It's not
called.
even overrated. It's just
It's
like
not.
it's
I don't
that
think
good
it
of a
is.
map.
It's been called overrated by many different people though, because a lot of people don't like how challenging it can be because of like the mud, the panzers, how annoying they can be. But I think it's just it because of the fact that they give you these really overpowered staffs, it really kind of cancels out the difficulty of the map. It's hard,
Yeah.
yeah, but when you get the staffs, it's not that hard anymore because you have these overpowered weapons. So they're fun to get. The Easter egg quest is amazing. Some of the best storyline shit we've ever had from this map. It's the first map to have an outro cutscene for the Easter egg, so it was actually like a really rewarding quest to do. It's a fun quest to do. I've had a great time trying to do it many different times. It's something I love to speedrun as well, even though it takes a while. It takes a good hour and a half to complete it. Um, but it's a beautiful map as well. Great soundtrack. Just like Mob of the Dead, it feels like a goddamn movie. It doesn't even feel like zombies. It just feels like a movie now, which is great. The one thing I don't like though, it's the only complaint I think I've ever had with this map is the rounds where those guys come and they like turn off the power. Those things just like infuriate me because like I'm in the middle of doing the Easter egg and then I get these guys coming turn off the power and it's like all right, what the hell? Okay. All right, so next
All
up
right. What's the next?
we got Exo-zombies. I know. We got to include it. We'll go through it quick though cuz Exo-zombies I didn't personally care that much about. Outbreak, that was the first Exo-zombies map. You probably don't even remember the goddamn names of them. I wouldn't blame you.
Outbreak.
Outbreak, not good. Do you even have an opinion on these maps? Because I feel like you don't even remember them.
Oh, I remember
You
that
remember
one.
Outbreak? You remember Outbreak?
Dude, I remember that one. Dude, that map was
It was not
so
good.
good.
No, it was not good.
Oh
No,
my god, it
no.
deserves to be straight in the trash can. That's how
Yeah,
good it
okay,
was.
yeah.
Oh my
I'm
god.
putting it not good though, because like, at least I had a little bit of fun on it. But Infection was the next one. That's bad. Infection is the worst map in Call of Duty Zombies history, in my opinion. Easily the worst. It's the
Okay,
one. It's the one at Burger
infection.
Town. That's the Burger Town one with the sewers. It was a
Dude, that's a
stupid
fucking
design.
masterpiece. Are you kidding
Yeah,
me?
yeah, masterpiece. No, no, it was just straight
That's a masterpiece.
bad. Okay,
It's the greatest map of all time.
I'm assuming you're putting that in bad as well.
Yeah.
Okay,
All
yeah.
right.
Carrier though, Carrier was the third map. That was the map on the carrier ship. That was okay. It wasn't good. It wasn't amazing. It was okay for Exo-zombies. I thought compared it to the other maps in Exo-zombies, it was pretty great. But like compared to every other map, obviously, it's just okay.
Is Carrier the one that's underwater?
And no, it's not underwater. It's the one on the ship. Remember, like the ship.
Oh.
It's got like that
Oh.
one wonder weapon in the limbo that shoots like the lasers that come vertical, like those horizontal
Oh,
lasers.
trash can.
Yeah, you're probably putting them all in there.
Oh.
Okay. Um,
Descent?
Descent. That's the one underwater. That's not good. It's
Okay,
on the
that one
same.
is masterpiece as well.
Okay.
Kidding. I know that's not good.
Did you put them all in bad or did you put any in not good?
Okay. Okay, so Outbreak is trash, Carrier is trash. Descent is not good, and then Infection is masterpiece. That's what I have.
Okay. Okay. Yeah. Okay. Okay. Um, now we go on to Black Ops 3, which I consider to be the best zombies experience of all time. I'm gonna be honest. Shadows of Evil.
Ah!
Shadows of Evil. It's between masterpiece and amazing, but I don't know. I'm gonna go with amazing. What do you think about Shadows of Evil? It's
Shit, dude.
shit,
I
dude.
want to put it in masterpiece so bad.
I do too, but I feel like the fact that it doesn't have
it's amazing. It's amazing. It's amazing. It's amazing.
yeah, the fact
tell you
that
why.
you say yeah.
Okay, I'll tell you why right now.
Mm-hmm.
It had new characters, so people were iffy about it. But this is a map that like grown onto the community. I feel like because at first I feel like we rejected this, and then the more we played it and the more we like understood everything, the more like the better it just got.
Yeah, that
and
is
then like
how people felt. Yeah.
it just added such like it had replay value that other maps just didn't for some reason. Like I feel like replay value is like a big fucking thing, but that's besides the point.
It is. Yeah, I think the look of the map was amazing. One of the probably the prettiest map of all time, at least one of. The one weapon was awesome, but it didn't have an upgrade quest to it, which I felt like was definitely a bad thing because one weapon that you can't upgrade is kind of stupid in my eyes. I feel like you should have an upgrade quest for it or an ability to upgrade it. The map was well designed, cool layout. I don't know, it's amazing, but it just not having the upgrade quests, honestly. And the Easter egg I didn't really like that much. I didn't find it to be that fun or enjoyable. So it's amazing. The Giant, I don't even really consider it to be that different than Deriz, but I mean I'll put it in okay because it's got a cutscene to it, which is cool, but like there's really much else to talk about it. It's kind of the same as Deriz. It just doesn't have the PPSH basically, so it's not as good as Deriz because of that reason. Honestly,
that's kind of true.
Like I'm considering
they
it
do
a
have
different
the
map.
Annihilator, and they do have a bunch of different stuff in it. The catwalk, I remember still camping on the catwalk. The Wonder Waffle was not as good.
Yeah, honestly, I'm pretty sure the stats were the same, but for some reason, because of how the zombies worked in that game, it just wasn't as good.
So I'm putting that in pretty good. I'm putting that one under Deriz, honestly.
Right. The Rising Drach, masterpiece. Such a fucking good map. Oh my god.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to do that too.
The bows.
Right next to Infection.
The bows. The bows are just awesome. I mean, I don't know if I would consider them to be more fun or more enjoyable than the stabs, but they're definitely easier to get than the stabs. Therefore, I don't know. It's the quest to get the bows are really enjoyable. The Easter egg is one of the best of all time. I've literally speedrun this Easter egg like 10 times for Zombies Community Showdown, and I cannot get bored of it. It's got awesome soundtrack. It feels like a movie. You blow up the goddamn moon at the end. I mean, what else is there to say? You know, it's.
I know.
Fantastic.
And
it brought back the premise. I mean, we weren't expecting to see them. I didn't expect to see them honestly after the Giant. I was like, are we gonna even see them again? And we fucking did. That was great.
This map was so fucking good. And the boss fight, it was the first ever boss fight, right?
The first full on boss fight. I mean, Shadows of Evil kind of had one. So did Descent. Descent kind of had one too, but
bro,
they weren't
get the fuck out of here with Descent.
Rising Drach was like the first good boss fight, I guess you could say.
Yeah.
And now like every map has
pit
that
of
now.
bones, and there was a giant thing like after you spawning in panzers and shit. Like it was amazing.
It's a ton of fun. Zetsubo no Shima. I think it's completely underrated. Compared to the other Black Ops 3 maps, yeah, it's not that good. But it's still pretty freaking good. I'm putting it in pretty good. It's got a lot to it. Like the plants, you can do so much with the plants. You can do all sorts of crazy combinations, get all these insane things out of it, which is awesome. The one weapon, the KT4, is fun. The Easter egg is actually really easy. So if you want like an easy Easter egg, boom, Zetsubo is for you. And I find it to be fun and enjoyable. I like the atmosphere. That's kind of the same for all the Black Ops 3 maps. The atmosphere is really great on all of them. And Zetsubo is no different. Spiders are interesting, but I don't really hate them like most people do.
Now, here's the thing for me. I think it's in between not good and okay. Like, I'm kind of stuck on that. Because I feel like when I played this map, everything was such a process. Like, I feel like like everything had, like, I don't know, it just felt annoying. It felt like I was playing, like, Farming Simulator. Like, with these plants and shit. And with, like, all the steps. The spiders was a really cool touch. So, honestly, because of the spiders and what was the wonder weapon?
The KT4.
The KT4
shot those green plant
It
things.
looked like the BB gun in a way.
Yeah.
Just because of that, I'm gonna put it in okay. I'm gonna give it the benefit.
All right. Yeah. I think at the time I didn't like it, but I definitely started to enjoy it as time went on. It had a lot of glitches at launch too, so I guess that kind of adds into it. Garad Krovi. This map is actually divisive, surprisingly. Like, a lot of people hate it, and I never realized that because at launch everyone loved it, but now it's kind of like different. I'm putting it in Masterpiece though. I think this map is such a well-designed map. It brought back the PPSH, which I think everyone was happy about. The Easter egg is awesome. The boss fight is probably the coolest boss fight of all time. You literally get to fight a giant dragon and then Nikolai in a mech suit. I mean, it was insane. The ending cutscene was really emotional and crazy, and it's just a well-designed map. It's cool looking. You're fighting in Stalingrad, the fucking Battle of Stalingrad. I think it's awesome.
I think it doesn't deserve Masterpiece. What was the wonder weapon?
The Ray Gun Mark III, the one that like shoots little rays, and if you shoot the left one, it like shoots that little thingy, and then it's like a black hole. You know.
Oh yeah.
It was cool. I liked how it was
Everything
in the box.
was innovative in it. I didn't play the map enough to call it a masterpiece in my opinion, because this was at the time when like all like the Easter eggs, like I mean all the stuff was like a month late on Xbox, so I kind of like it kind of threw me off because I couldn't really play it as much. And after it finally came out on Xbox, you're like, all right, I've seen everything on YouTube. I'm not gonna hold off for a month. So the only reason it's not in Masterpiece is because I couldn't play it enough.
Yeah, I definitely played it a lot because of I don't know, I just enjoyed the Easter egg. I don't know what it was.
Because you had a PS4.
I did have a PS4, that is true. Yeah. So that does help a little bit. But I don't know. The whole full experience, it felt like a movie. It felt just like, you know, Mob of the Dead Origins, The Rise and Drog. I think they're all deserving of Masterpiece. So you're putting it where?
Okay. I'm putting that in amazing.
Amazing. Okay, that's fair. Revelations is next up.
Now, I think this is underrated.
I agree. I actually agree, yeah.
I feel like it flopped at the very start, but yeah. I keep coming back to it, and I'm like, this is actually a pretty good map. Like, I guess because people didn't like how it connected with the story, I would say, and maybe because I don't know, they could have definitely done this map better, but the more and more I play it, the more it grows on me. So it's really in between amazing and pretty good. I might have to just keep it in pretty good because it does show all of like the best maps in one map, and that's what I like about it.
Yeah, I'm putting it pretty good because for a final map, I thought it was disappointing, but as a whole, it was still fine. I think they should have. I keep saying this for this map. It's like they didn't really bring many new things in terms of like the locations and the weapons. It was just like brought back from old maps, and I'm fine with that. For the final map, that it's a cool concept. I don't really need them to introduce new things in the last map. I think it should be a combination of everything that we've seen before, but they didn't do enough of that. They should have had more locations. They should have had more brought back wonder weapons. They should have had the Wunderwaffe.
They should have had every single wonder weapon. They should have brought
everyone
back.
That would have been too much probably for the engine to even handle, but like at least a few more.
The game crashes on round 3. It doesn't matter, bro.
At least a few more. Like, even if they just are gonna take what is already in Black Ops 3 to make it easier, I'm fine with that. Just bring the K24, the bows, the Wunderwaffe was literally in the game. Just bring all that shit to the one map, and it'll be a full-on crazy experience. But instead, they just brought the Pop Conservative and Thunder Gun and the Ragnaroks. They didn't bring any other specialist weapons.
Ready for this? Brace yourself. Revelations, they make it big, right? They make each portion that they've shown bigger portions of what it was. And instead of any weapons like machine guns, every single weapon is a different type of wonder weapon. From anything.
That would be crazy.
So literally, it's every wonder weapon from any like COD map. No, not COD map. Activision map. Not
Treyarch.
Crap, bro.
Okay,
Treyarch.
Yes. Yeah, it could have been better. I think the Easter egg was kind of stupid too, and the ending I like now, but at the time I hated it because I thought this was the ending. I thought this was the complete ending of the Ether. Because that's what we all thought.
Same.
They said the end, and I'm like, what kind of ending is that? You're just going to end it with the cycle continuing? So there wasn't a happy ending. It was like they failed. The mission they've been trying to accomplish failed. That's kind of what the ending was. And I'm like, the hell is this? So I hated it at the time, but the fact that they continued it, it's like, okay, now I actually understand what they did with the ending, and it worked. But the Easter egg still wasn't fun, regardless. So, okay,
All right.
let's move on to.
We completely missed Nuketown from Black Ops 2.
Oh shit, we did. Nuketown, no one cares about it though. Let's be real here. I'm putting it not good. I don't. It's not fun.
No. Yeah, just because compared to Alpha Omega, this Nuketown is absolute trash. But I remember the absolute hype for it. Like, I was watching Syndicate at the time, and he was live streaming. I'm like, yo, I want this map so bad. Like, it looks so awesome. And then you play it. After the third time playing it, you're like, this absolutely sucks.
It's a cool
I
idea.
thought you could open the bunker. I thought there was an Easter egg. There was nothing. There was really nothing.
It's a good survival map just for like fun.
Yeah.
But I wouldn't think of it as much more than that.
It's in the not good.
So it's not good
for me.
Okay, now we're moving on to Infinite Warfare, which I know you don't really like at all, to be honest. But
Zombies in Spaceland, though,
as Zombies in Spaceland, I'm putting in a masterpiece.
I think that's amazing. I think it's an amazing.
I think Zombies in Spaceland is the exact example of a map just not taking itself seriously and just having a great time with it. Like, they had so much to do on this map, and you didn't experience all of it. Like, I understand you did play the map, but you didn't play it nearly as much as like me and Matt did, for example. There is so much to this map past just the Easter egg itself. There is so goddamn much to do. I can never get bored of it. The fact that there's always this music playing from the 80s also just adds so much replay value because I love listening to music, right? And if it's in a zombies map with some pretty damn good songs, you just never get bored of training. Because a map like Kino, you're training for hours upon hours. There's nothing playing. There's no music. You're just sitting there. I mean, obviously you can put your own music on, right? But this is in-game. It adds to the atmosphere and it feels awesome. Arcade's cool. It's a cool map. You got the cool pistols too, the wonder weapons, 4 of them. It's a good map. Masterpiece.
It is a good map.
I think
I like it.
Infinite Warfare as a whole.
For what it was, I think it's amazing.
Okay, yeah. The story I didn't care about at all, but I didn't really need to. I didn't feel like I wanted.
That's the only reason I don't put it in masterpiece because everything needs a good story in the end.
Yeah.
And like, compared to Mob of the Dead, Origins, Infection, Horizon Rock, like it's just honestly, like it can't compete with those.
But it's more of like if you're considering these like movies, like the maps being movies, like Mob of the Dead, Origins, Horizon Rock, Krobi, these are like Avengers type movies, like full on action packed, like insane. Zombies in Spaceland is more like a Zombieland movie or something. It's just a fun killing zombies movie. It doesn't have an in-depth story. It's not like emotional, but it's just fun and a good time. That's why I think it deserves masterpiece. Then the rest of the maps, you played a few of them, but you don't know that much. Let's just bust through these. Raven the Redwoods, I think, is pretty good. It's
put that in
a cool atmosphere to it.
Trash can.
Really?
I played it. All right, I'm gonna put it in not good.
Okay,
I'm just gonna put it in not good. Personal opinion. I didn't really like Infinite Warfare Zombies besides for the first map.
I loved it. I loved how the game, all the maps felt so different from one another. They had their own theme to it. I thought that was awesome. This map had that like horror theme to it. Obviously, it wasn't really scary. I mean, I didn't really think it. It was more of like a cheesy horror movie sort of a deal. That's what it was trying to go for, and it worked. The Easter egg is hella easy. And I think one thing you need to remember is that all these maps have the director's cut mode, right? So if you do all the Easter eggs, you get director's cut. Director's cut makes these maps so much more fun. And I don't think you experienced this before, but they're awesome. Trust me, director's cut makes maps 10 times better. And I don't know, have a great time with it. Shall and Shuffle, you probably played this map once. I'm putting it in amazing.
I have. It looked absolutely autistic. All I saw was these stupid wonder weapons, but the wonder weapons were your hands.
Okay, but those weren't the main wonder weapons.
All right.
The main
I'll put it not good.
Okay, all right. But the main wonder weapons were the katana that you could upgrade to this insane katana, which is actually one of the best wonder weapons in COD history. Me and Matt were playing one day, sitting in a corner, just slicing zombies that were running at us, and we got to like 40-something just by doing that.
Well, that just sounds like...
It was fun, though.
Game-breaking
Just like
glitch.
Zombies in Spaceland, you have so much to do on this map, and you have the music playing, and it's just constantly messing around. It's New York, so it's a cool theme. I like it. Have a great time.
All right.
Attack of the Radioactive Thing. Next one. This one's not good.
This is trash can.
I'll put this one at not good. I actually didn't like this map. Cool atmosphere, you know,
Trash
it was
can.
a cool location, but it just wasn't that good. Beast from Beyond is okay. That's
this
okay.
Gives me some PTSD. That's gonna be in trash can.
The thing about Beast from Beyond that I liked was obviously the boss fight. And the fact that it brought extinction aspects to the map, you know? Like, extinction I didn't like that much, but the fact that they were bringing the aliens and the idea of it into zombies made it more interesting. And it had the coolest boss fight probably in zombies history, which was the Mistopheles boss fight against that devil-looking thing with the crazy rock music. That was awesome. But I don't think you played it more than once, so yeah, that's... Okay,
Nope.
Now we're moving on to World War II, which we'll go through pretty quick as well because you didn't play it that much. Except for, you played the Final Reich, though. And I'm putting Final Reich...
every single map.
No, you didn't. The Final Reich is amazing, I gotta say. Where are you gonna put that? Because I know you played the Final Reich a decent amount. You did the Easter egg with me, too. So, where are you putting the Final Reich?
Did you just put that in amazing?
I did. This map is
guys,
really cool.
That's the video.
This map is so cool.
Enjoy.
It's so, like, creepy. It's got those awesome
I'm
wonder
putting
weapons.
it in pretty good. I'll give it pretty good.
Okay, fair enough.
I was going to put it in okay, but I did do the Easter egg. It was all right. After this map, though, I think everything went downhill. From what I saw.
Groston House. Okay, you see that map?
That is in trash.
Have you ever played it, though?
It's literally the house.
It is.
It's like Knocked.
I'm going to put it in okay, though, because the reason why it is so much better than Knocked and any of these other... Because...
They're like, oh, it has perks. Yeah.
No. It has perks, and it has the ability to... You have the ability to make it so the mystery box only gives out upgraded weapons.
Yeah, but you also get these big brutes that come at you every 2 seconds.
But they're not that hard to take out. Next up is... Where is it? I forgot the name of the map. Great. The Darkest Shore. I'll put this in not good. I didn't like it that much.
I'll put that in trash.
Not much to say about it.
Because I played it and I don't remember it.
The Shadowed Throne, I think, is pretty good. The Shadowed Throne is a good map.
Okay, Shadow Throne is going to be not good. Because it's ripping off too much of Shadows of Evil, and I don't like that. Can't do Treyarch like that.
It's nothing like... Did you even play this one? I feel like this is the one you definitely didn't play.
I didn't play it.
Definitely didn't play this one. Okay.
No, I didn't even play it. But
all right, the Tortured Path. For some reason, they decided to put it in 4 different spots instead of just... I'm going to leave the Tortured Path here and just do the 3, because the Tortured Path was interesting. I don't know if you played it, but instead of doing one big map for this DLC, they did 3 like small survival maps, and they weren't that great. Bodega Cervantes, I'll put in bad. Altar of Blood, I'll put in bad. But USS Mount Olympus was actually kind of fun. I'm gonna put that in not good though. It was kind of fun for what it was. You know what I mean?
I put literally all those in trash.
And then the Torture Path was the experience as a whole. It's not really a separate deal, so I'm going to leave it there. And then the final DLC, the Frozen Dawn, was pretty good. It had awesome wonder weapons. You had the
These
cool
had
melees.
a lot of maps. Jeez.
They did. I think we should go back and play them for like a special live stream.
Frozen Dawn, since this is the final map and I haven't played it, I'm just going to put it in not good.
You need to know. You know what? I think we need to go back and play World War II one of these days, just as a live stream. I want to see.
There's a tier called Never Played, but I don't want to do it like that. I just want to give it a grade off and not looking at it and just looking at the thumbnail of it.
Okay, so I'm leaving the Torture Path here. We don't need to count that.
Okay.
Now we have 8 maps left. This is Black Ops 4.
Fly through these.
No, hold up. Your opinion of Black Ops 4 is drastically different than mine. At least like some of these other ones, we kind of are similar.
This is where we get.
I think folks. Black Ops 4 is one of the best zombies experiences as a whole. You think it's one of the worst. I don't think it's the best. I don't think it's the best.
I think it's the single-handedly worst thing that has ever happened to humanity ever since the creation of Jews.
No. Okay. Let's go in order. Okay, let's start with 9. Because 9 is... I wouldn't say it's my favorite in this game. But
oh, man.
Let's see how you feel about 9 before I put it somewhere. Where do you put it 9?
Okay, so
Remember this
9.
though, folks. Remember, this man has not played that much of these maps. The
I
launch map.
have. Are you
No,
slow?
you have not.
Yes, I have.
What prestige are you? What prestige? You like 1 maybe?
No, I'm prestige 4.
No, you're not.
Yes, I am. Check right now. Go on my stats. Go on my stats. I'm prestige 4.
Okay.
Alright, so I played 9 a shit ton. I never
Okay,
did the Easter
you
egg.
might have
I never
played
did any of that shit.
Okay, so there you go. He didn't do the Easter egg. Easter eggs are a big part of the maps. Let's remember that. Launch maps, you might have played a decent amount. You didn't play the DLC maps, though, much at all. Let's be real here.
Yes, I did.
No.
And I'll go into them.
Okay, all right, let's see. Let's start with 9.
So, let's start with 9.
I don't believe you, but let's start.
So, 9, imagine this. You make one side of the map, you're like, well, fuck. Let me just copy that side and put it on the other side. That's a map. Boom.
No.
Good job, everyone.
No.
We did it. Hey,
no.
You know what? Let's just add a scorpion gun. They won't even notice that other half of the map that looks exactly the same.
No,
and we'll just
it's
call
the
it a day.
layout. The layout
Good
is
job,
the same.
boys.
Because it's a coliseum. Coliseums are supposed to be linear, but the design is still different. I mean, the details, like you got the ancient Egypt looking area, then you got the other area that looks like the freaking Rome, and then you got the other area that looks like some pirate.
Let me defend myself here.
Mm-hmm.
So, this map literally felt like a World War II map, and it really pissed me off. It literally felt
in
like
what
I was
way
playing,
though?
I guess just the honestly the way the map was designed, like the colors and shadows, it just felt exactly like it. It felt like I was playing like a DLC for World War II zombies. So in that case, that's going in not good, in my opinion. Yep.
Okay, even the people who don't really like Black Ops 4, they still say 9 is still pretty damn good.
It's such a boring map in my opinion. Like, alright, it's a Coliseum, but, like, there's nothing really, like, important. Like, it's just not fun.
The Easter egg, you missed out on the Easter egg.
To, like, do challenges
because
and stuff.
the Easter egg is awesome. You missed out on that. That's one thing. The boss fight is really cool. The soundtrack is great. Again, the atmosphere. I keep mentioning atmosphere, but that's not really an important thing to mention because I feel like every map has a pretty damn good atmosphere, other than, like, Exo-zombies. You know, most maps have pretty good atmospheres and pretty good soundtracks. But 9 is just like, I don't know, it's just fun. I can't get enough of this map. The way it's designed, it's very good for casual players too, because it's really easy to get Pack-a-Punch. It's really easy to get to high rounds. It's not very hard. So I'm putting it in amazing. Not masterpiece, but
interesting.
I think it's amazing. Next up, Voyage of Despair.
Oh
most
my God.
underrated map of all time.
Ever seen a World War II map look more like this?
How does Titanic look like a World War II map?
This map could have been such an amazing map if it wasn't on Black Ops 4. But because it's on Black Ops 4, this map is absolutely dog shit. This is going in the can.
Oh no! Okay, look, you're basing the whole game though off the mechanics though.
Over 20 times, I would say. Over 20 times. That's a big amount. And each time I played it, it was the most boring thing I ever seen in my life. Compared to a map like Origins that has been done years ago, and now they have a 3-year cycle to make games, and they make this?
Well, 3-year cycle.
Starting map?
3-year cycle, but they didn't technically have 3 years to make it. Because
they did.
Because of Activision, they didn't really have 3 years. They had more like a year and a half.
Listen, but on the year of production, on the year this was out, like in their season, that they didn't have enough time then. But making the game, they had time. That's what I'm saying. That's what people don't realize.
No, because Activision, the thing is, for Black Ops 3, because Black Ops 3 did so successful, Activision forced them to continue working on Black Ops 3 long-term, like Chronicles. And that's why Chronicles came out like a year and a half before Black Ops 4 even came out. They were still working on Chronicles while they were working on this next game. And same for multiplayer and Blackout. So I think the post-launch content for Black Ops 3 being so insane is kind of what hurt Black Ops 4's launch day, kind of.
And you know what they should have done? I'll tell you right now. They should have just made literally 1 or 2 maps for zombies for launch. That's all.
I agree.
I'd rather them put in their effort than push out these pieces of trash, in my opinion.
I think they could have been a lot better if they gave the time. I think the maps themselves are great. Again, the mechanics, I think, do hold them back a little bit, but I don't think mechanics are enough to hold back a map that badly. Like, I wouldn't say, oh, this map would be a masterpiece in Black Ops 3, but since it's not in Black Ops 3, it's a bad map. Like, I feel like that's kind of... Because, yeah, the mechanics are important, but what about the features itself? What about the atmosphere? What about the map itself? Not just the mechanics. Like, forget about the perk system, forget about the specialist weapons, forget about, I don't know, the point system you might not like. Just think about the map itself and the features it has to offer. It's very comparable to any other Black Ops 3 map. You know what I mean?
I don't like the map at all, though. I feel
Voyage,
I also feel like Black Ops 4,
I'm more thinking about 9
the graphics went, like, backwards. How does the graphics go backwards?
People say that. I see what people say that.
Doesn't make any sense.
But it's not the graphics that went backwards. It's the art design. They drastically changed the art design.
Fire some people.
It almost feels more cartoony, but it's not bad though. Like the textures are still perfectly fine. The map still looks beautiful. I mean, Voyage of Despair. Trust me, I was playing it yesterday. Believe it or not, it looks good. It's just the art design is different than Black Ops 3, and the HUD kind of takes away from the look a little bit, so it kind of takes away that shine the maps may have. I think Black Ops 3 looks better, but Black Ops 4 still, for what it is, I think looks fine. Voyage of Despair, I'm putting in okay. I don't think it's bad at all. I think it's got such a cool Easter egg quest as well. The fact that it's on the Titanic alone is cool enough, but it's not better than 9 by any stretch of the imagination. 9 was really good.
All right.
Blood of the Dead. I'm gonna put that next to Voyage and okay. I think this map was disappointing, but it wasn't bad. It was definitely disappointing though. I mean, it's not
that shit right in not good.
It had a really big competitor, which was Mob of the Dead. I mean, when you're doing a remake of a classic map like that, it's gonna be hard to beat it, and I think that's why people don't like it, because they're comparing it to Mob of the Dead. But when we look at it as its own thing, it really does the job well. Gameplay-wise is what holds it down. The story is near perfection. I think this map has some of the best story ever. The ending cutscene was insane. I mean, the opening cutscene was insane too. Everything behind the little Easter egg quotes and stuff like that, they're really good. The atmosphere, soundtrack, it feels just like a movie. But the gameplay, the Easter egg itself, is just not well designed, which holds it down.
It just pisses me off.
But it's still fun. I still have a good time on it. The Magmagat's cool. It's still a fun map. It expanded Mob of the Dead, so it's got more locations. So it's okay. You know?
Oh my god. I'm just... Move on to the next one. Let's go to Classified.
My least favorite map in this game. It's not bad, but it's not my favorite map either. I'm gonna put it in not good. I honestly, it gets kind of boring after a while. I mean, it's better than 5. I gotta say, it's better than 5.
It is not better than 5.
It made the Winter's Howl much better.
Black Ops 1 engine compared to just Black Ops 4 engine. Black Ops 1 engine was so much better. It felt so much better.
But again, though, you're comparing the game,
and it's not even
as compared to the maps.
It's not even nostalgia. It's not even nostalgia. It's literally just how like the map was and how it flowed well with how the game was built. And I'm gonna go back to this because the game is not built well. It just doesn't feel right. Like when you're playing like maps like
these, it feels different.
They could be good maps,
but not bad.
If it was on Black Ops 3, this could be a crazy looking map. But because of how like Black Ops 4 looks and like the mechanics of it, I just don't like it. Like you can't have good maps without good like mechanics.
This man was brainwashed by the Smith plays. No, it's like you gotta just learn to like, I don't know, look past the game itself and be like you really can't tell me this map would be that much different if it was on Black Ops 3. Like what would be different? The perk system? So you'd have perks there, right? You'd have them just on the map rather than
that's major. Perks. That's such a major thing.
Well, that really
the fact that they got rid of perks
that much
made me start to really hate zombies, because why would you fix something that isn't broken? It makes no sense. No one's complaining. This isn't multiplayer. We're like, oh my god, nerf Juggernaut. It's too overused. It's not like toughness from Black Ops 2. They don't need to remove it.
That's why I like Blundell, though, because you can't just expect them to never change the formula, because it will get stale eventually. It will, if every
But it
map is the
never
same.
did.
Well, no, no,
Black
no,
Ops
no.
3 explained
But
that.
Black
It
Ops 3
never
innovated.
did.
But Black Ops 3 did innovate in ways that people didn't like. People didn't like gobblegums. They added gobblegums. People actually hated gobblegums for a while. They accepted them though. And then Black Ops 4 kind of decided, okay, people use Jug, double tap, and quick revive every game. And I know most people didn't complain about that. I agree, no one really did. But after
That was
seeing
such a satisfying combo. It deserved what Black Ops 4 deserved was just a perk cap increase. That's all they needed. So they didn't have to remove this. They didn't have to limit you to 4 perks that you have to choose. They could have had their own perks on their own map and just increase the amount of perks that you could buy. So instead of 4, maybe you could have 7 if that's what they wanted to do. It wouldn't make you overpowered because they're literally doing the same exact system in Black Ops 4. They're having it so Jug is gone, so a double tap is gone, and they're still giving you a form of Juggernaut at the start of round 1. And when you do that on a map, round 1 and all the early rounds get so boring because there's no challenge at all to them. So whenever you start out a new map, it's just like it's literally a cakewalk, and that's why people say like all these maps are so like easy, because you literally have Jug off the start, and it's such a bad idea. Like, I don't know what they were thinking with that.
The zombies hit way faster in this game than they do in any other game. So like you can still go down pretty easily on early rounds. You have a lot of things to get you out of situations like specialist weapons, elixirs, but like there's still zombies hit way faster than they ever had before. So having Jug at spawn doesn't really make that much of a difference, actually. At least I think it doesn't. I think the reason that I don't like the removal is just because of the fact that it takes away that Troy's personality. That's all I was going to say. It takes away some of the personality that zombies had, but it doesn't take away gameplay. I think it actually improved the gameplay because variety and perks is much better now. And the reason why they actually did this with the 4 perk machines per map sort of a deal, and you choose beforehand, they did that because they could not get more than like, I think it was like 6 or 7 perks per map on at one time in Black Ops 3. They tried it in Black Ops 3 and it didn't work. That's why almost every map in Black Ops 3 had the Wonder Fizz machine. And if they didn't have the Wonder Fizz, then they would have just the normal perk machines. And they couldn't go above like 7 or something like that. And they said they wanted to add more than 7. They wanted to have like 16 plus perks. They wanted to continuously add more ones, but they couldn't because they knew it wouldn't work with the engine. Now I'm thinking the next Black Ops, they can probably get it to work. But this game, they knew it wasn't going to work. So they were like, okay,
now,
so
why?
How do we get...
That's my question.
I guess the
Why
engine
could it
doesn't
not work.
Yeah,
but
I guess
can
they just
work
crashed.
on Black Ops 3.
No, but it didn't, though. Black Ops 3 only had up to like 7 perk machines per map. They never extended that, you know? They had the Wonder Fizz, but
yeah,
they have a Wonder Fizz system in this game as well. It's just built into one of the perks called Secret Sauce. You just get Secret Sauce and you can continuously buy it. And the maps
there's
have...
a 4 perk limit.
Yeah, I'm saying, but you can still... Yeah, they had that in Black Ops 3 as well.
Even when you do the Easter egg, you don't get everything.
No, not when you do the Easter egg. No. Yeah, not when you do Easter eggs.
But they do, don't they have
But there are Easter egg quests. They do, yeah. But there's also quests you can do, like a few of the maps have quests, challenges that'll give you free perks, and you can get a 5th, a 6th, or 7th. I don't know exactly how many each map has, but I know there is ways. So you can still get more perks. And you got to realize, yeah, there's a 4 perk limit, but there also is one in Black Ops 3. But this game doesn't have Jug, Double Tap, Speed Cola, or the mandatory Quick Revive. So there's much more options. You know what I mean? So yeah, you only have 4, but there's more options. Like I always change up my, layout. You can use Dying Wish, Winter's Wail, Time Slip. They all have their own uses, and I never feel like I have to use the same ones every game. And if I'm doing something different, I change it up. I'm like, okay, this new perk is good. And it allows them to add new perks, and they've added 4 new perks in so far, and they all have good uses to them. They're not like just stupid perks that have no use at all. They all have uses to them, and they wouldn't be able to do that in Black Ops 3. That's why Black Ops 3 only added Widow's Wine. Now, I do agree. I do want to have the machine of Juggernaut back. I do think it's a nice machine to have, but I don't think it should count as one of your 4 perks. I think it should be its own slot.
It's also such a symbol for zombies, too.
That's why, that's why I wanted it.
You literally have a Juggernaut for how?
Yeah.
Like, well, what does that mean now?
Yeah, but
not much.
At the same time,
got rid of such an icon.
They just wanted to, I guess, because they didn't want to keep it the same, I guess. Now, they did build in the perks in certain ways. Like speed cola is still there. It's just when you get 4 perks, you have speed cola. So the function of it is still there. It still works. Double tap, you just get up there, pack a punching. Quick revive, I love how they did quick revive. I think that works way better. How your quick revives are already built into your character. You have 2 lives automatically, and you can get a 3rd life if you do different Easter egg quests. I like that a lot more than having quick revive be mandatory on on solo. So that system's great.
The perk systems, they don't have any personality to the perks anymore.
They don't,
me. It's
but
really annoying.
I was able to accept it.
Big factor for zombies. Like that plays such a big role.
No, I agree with that. I think what they should have done, because I know they could only get 4 perks per map. I would be fine with just the 4 perks per map, but make it so when you put the perk on the map, it puts a unique machine on the map of that perk instead of it going to those generic looking machines, and it has its own perk jingle. Obviously that would take more development time for Treyarch. They'd have to go through and make more machines, make the jingles and stuff, because there's a bunch of new perks, I guess.
It wouldn't even be that hard. They could just put the old shit in.
Yeah, but there's also a lot of new perks though. That's the problem.
How hard is it to design something like that?
It probably would take a couple extra weeks. I don't know, but
I think
so. For what it was, I was able to accept this system and be like, okay, it works for this game. I don't want to see it again, but it works for this game. That's kind of how I felt about it, you know.
I was really hoping they could have expanded on what Revelations did with the hats, but in another sense of you could upgrade your perks. So Jug could change. You could do a quest or something.
They kind of had that, but not really.
Jug.
They had the perk modifiers, which was the closest we got to that.
Yeah,
which is a cool system, but I would like to have a full upgraded thing. Yeah.
So then you could have literally all upgraded perks.
The thing is, people were asking. Surprisingly, I know they didn't ask exactly for this, but people were asking for a created class system to be added in zombies. They wanted that for a while. And when we got it, people hated it. But they hated not the fact that it was not done right. They hated the fact that it was in there in the first place. People want zombies to start off with, you start with a Colt and 2 grenades. That's it. And then you have to work your way up. And I get that. But then why was people asking for these new systems for the past 3 or 4 years? People, trust me, I was in the community. People were asking for that. They wanted something like a class system, sort of like Extinction, where you had, I don't know, you could pick grenades, you could pick different starting pistols, stuff like that. It does take away some personality from the maps, but I don't know, people are asking for it.
I don't think that should be something that people, I never saw that, but if anything, that should only be available for modes like Grief. That I feel like that would be very unique. Because then as you level up, you could probably start out with better stuff, but they obviously didn't put in Grief for some reason. A lot of people were disappointed with that. They added some whack ass game mode, something with coins or something. I don't even know. I played it once or twice, and I was like, I can't play this anymore. And people asked for more game modes, and they're just like, you know what? Fuck you.
Well, they still added something. I'm glad they did. At least Black Ops 3 didn't. That was kind of annoying. Yeah. Black Ops 3 just had the maps, and that was it. The level up system in this game is fantastic, though. I don't know if you really messed around with it, but the way you unlock. We do. Okay. Dead of the Night. Dead of the Night is gonna go in okay alongside Voyage and Blood. I think they're kind of all the same in my eyes in terms of enjoyment. Dead of the Night, you didn't play much, did you? I don't really know if you did.
No, I played it. I remember it. It was pretty cool. I'm not gonna lie.
The Wonder Weapon is awesome. Okay. I love the Wonder Weapon. Ton of fun. The Easter egg is good, but the map itself is kind of frustrating to get Pack a Punch, which it's not the most frustrating. It's a good map. Story-wise, I don't really like it, though. It's not got a good story to it. It kind of went off rails from what Chaos was. Ancient Evil. Ancient Evil is amazing. Alongside 9, they're both some of the best from this game, I think. Ancient Evil, I don't know if you played a lot of this either.
Can you explain it to me again?
So the map is the Greek. It's in Greece, or it's in Delphi, something. It's underground though, so it's kind of buried in the fact that it's an underground city, sort of a thing. And it feels like Greece, right? And it's got all these cool gauntlets that you can get. You can get this plant gauntlet, this light gauntlet, this wind gauntlet. There's all these cool gauntlet wonder weapons you can get. and they're really easy to build and they're really easy to upgrade, so they're fun in that aspect.
Oh, that map.
The Easter
Oh
egg
yeah,
is
that map
really
was
good.
pretty cool.
This actually
That
added some
map.
cool story to Chaos. This is the map that made people like Chaos. People hated Chaos before this. This map, people were like, okay, I'm on board with Chaos, and I actually want to see what happens after this. And then they just stopped, and I don't know if they're going to continue Chaos ever again, which is unfortunate because I actually want to see it continue in some way, shape, or form, but I don't think it will at all.
No.
But it had a cool ending, and I was excited to see what happened next. And
I feel like that's what they really
out.
wanted to do. They said it was separate from everything, so that if it backfired, they could just completely back out of that.
They wanted to do something new, but they also knew that people wanted Ether, so they were like, okay, we have to continue Ether at the same time, and that's kind of why they did 2 stories. It was a good map. Alpha Omega up next. I think Alpha Omega is the best map in this game.
I know.
I'm putting it Masterpiece. I'm putting it in Masterpiece. It's a really well designed map. It's very different than the original Nuketown, so people who say, oh, it's just recycled, but I mean, it's very different than Nuketown. Okay. And yeah, it was sort of in Blackout, but not really. Like,
okay, so this map was literally a Blackout map. I'm gonna be honest.
Trust me,
it was literally Blackout.
What I did,
but
I went in Blackout, and it's completely different. Like, you have to go and Blackout yourself and look at it. That's what I did because I wanted to see the similarities and differences.
The diner and stuff and all that, that's all the same.
No. The layout was completely different. I was surprised to see how different the layout was.
But it was still very, very similar. So, like, it was a similar concept. It doesn't feel
but it was different
like
layout.
a new map. But when they converted it into zombies, it just felt like a good map. Like, it felt like I was playing zombies again. So that's why I have to put it in amazing.
Easter egg was pretty good. I like the boss fight. I like the story behind it. I like a lot of Alpha Omega. The wonder weapons are awesome. The ray guns, it's a fun map to camp on. I don't know, it's all around great map. It feels like a classic zombies map, and it's the best in this game. And then last but not least, Tag der Toten. I haven't done the Easter egg yet. I haven't.
I'm gonna put this.
I've tried it
and not
and
good.
I didn't complete it.
I played.
Yeah, your one game. Your one game.
Now,
your one game.
I watched a lot of videos. Like, I would say like a combination of like 3 hours worth of videos. And it was Easter egg stuff, like steps on how to do stuff, just like first gameplays, attempts, cutscenes, and everyone that I watched was left disappointed. Like, even like people outside of like the Z House that played the maps, like even like just like casual zombie YouTubers like XpertFusion, they were all pretty disappointed with the ending. And not just the ending, but with the map in itself. Like, they did add that cool facility, which I thought that was actually an excellent part of the map, but it just did not feel like they really like tried on this one. It feels like more of a DLC 1 type map that they should have done compared to a grand finale. That's how I feel. So just because of that, it's just not good for it is.
I think the fact that it's the last map is what kind of holds it down, but it's still, I think, amazing. I think the story behind it is pretty perfect. I have no complaints story-wise. I think it wrapped up most of what the story did. It didn't wrap up everything. There was a few loose ends, but it wrapped up most of the story. It did a really good job at the location. People were confused about. The people who don't really know the story that much didn't like the location, but you have to realize the location. This is where it all started. This is the first site of 115. This is the first time zombies ever came to a location, was at Call of the Dead, and this is where the test subjects were kept by Richthofen in the facility. So it had a lot of backstory behind it, and so it made sense why they would go here. Now, I think what didn't make sense is the fact that they gave us Victus for the last map. I think they probably should have. I understand story-wise, how would we play as premise? I don't know. They would have to work around the story to make it very different to make us play as premise, but I feel like they should have done something. They could have done something. I guess they really just wanted it to be more of a, metaphorical ending rather than being some badass fight against Monty, which I appreciate them for not going the generic route, because yeah, they could have done a generic Easter egg boss fight against Dr. Monty, which, trust me, would have been very similar to Revelations, because Monty's not that different than the Shadow Man. They got the same design. They got the same sort of apothecarian face looking thing. It's disgusting, but it would have been a similar boss fight. And it would have been, oh, us killing him and being like, oh, save the day. But like, that's not how they save the day. It's simply all they have to do is just kill themselves and get that a pocketing device, you know?
Like from Blood of the Dead, I'd rather him not. That was the thing. I'd rather them fight and then have it a really sad fucking cutscene. Then be like, we can't beat the cycle. We have to kill ourselves. And then fucking Richtofen would fight. Be like, no, that. And they would fight Richtofen. Someone would kill Richtofen. It would cause a big scuffle.
Why'd they fight Richtofen? What did Richtofen do?
Because Richtofen didn't want to kill himself.
Yeah, I guess.
Richtofen,
but I don't know if he'd fight against it. I don't know if he'd fight against it though.
He would be the one that holds everyone back. There would be a big scuffle between both groups. Like, it would have been such an amazing thing if they had time, and they could have ended it so well. It just, like, the vision in my head would have worked too.
Story was perfect.
They would have had the biggest boss fight. Dr. Monty could have summoned all the fucking bosses from every single map.
See, but that's just having your expectations way too high. Like, compared to the rest of zombies, have we ever gotten something to that extent? No. So, like,
but this is it.
You can't
finale. This is literally it. And they're like, you know what? We're not even gonna do a
for the finale.
Have a Google slide transition for each fucking ending cutscene, and then just say, you know what? This is how 10 years of story ends. Go fuck yourself.
For the finale,
guys, that's the video.
No, I got more. For the finale of any TV show, do you really expect it to be that different than what the rest of the show was like? Where the hell did you go? Don't tell me you left. All right, fine. Okay, I guess we're ending it there. A long ass video, like an hour and 40 minutes. But obviously, it'll be cut up, so it's not gonna be that long. You guys don't have to sit through an hour and 40 minutes. But hopefully you guys enjoyed regardless. These are my final opinions here. This is just in chronological order as they go through the different tiers. It's not like this is like I don't think Mob of the Dead's the best. I don't think Origin's second best. You know what I mean? These are not in complete order. I'm not gonna do that. I'm gonna save that for when I rank every map myself. But for now, this is where the maps would go based on tiers. And I'll put up X Nations on the screen as well. You could see his. And yeah, this is how I feel. Hopefully you guys enjoyed, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace out.